Bennicks auction is over and it's back to business here. So 2 cables have come down and now they've got another one. Taking the cables away, which are now going to be underground, and at the moment we're leaving the pole there because they can't drive that great big lorry, which they want to do, into the garden to get the pole, and I want to keep the pole anyway, so at some later stage we'll figure out a way of cutting it and getting it down. I'm going to use it as a feature somewhere. So it's got quite a good reach on it, that cherry picker, what do they call them. Thick old cable. But you think that stuff took all that power, took all the power for quite a few houses. Amazing. So it's all happening here, taking away the digger. And loads, there's about, well, there's over 10 vehicles involved here. Got this crowd at this end, where the transformer is. We've got another crowd at the far end, and another crowd at the entrance, that crowd in the middle. Well, I washed the car, the Volvo, but we were warned, and that is diesel. That's where the car was parked. So what we had to do was take the back out, and they did warn us that after a few weeks after fitting the fuel pump, that you usually have to tighten the top of the hole where you put the pump in, and there's 2 of these, one each side, and this one on this side was leaking a bit, so that was what that was. So we've taken it off, and that's turned about a quarter of a turn, so hopefully now that will be alright. The car's running well, and apart from that little leak, and another little thing that I just noticed. Let's have a look. I washed the car yesterday and everything was fine. Today, a spot that's missing. That's the headlight washers. Now that's strange. Where did that go? Right, so I've come inside the car because it's so windy out there and it makes a lot of buffeting on the camera. So, what's happened with the Volvo? The Volvo is going great. Fixed the Volvo, it's still going great. But we've got a diesel leak. Now, we were told by what was on videos that we watched on YouTube, and that told us actually how to do this job, and we watched a number of videos and they were very, very useful, and between I think 2 or 3 videos we gathered what the problems were, and one of them was, or it was said that after a period of time, they do tend to possibly leak again, and you need to go back and retighten them. So this little tool here, which I had to buy, which we used for opening up the opening where the pump goes in, we used it again to retighten it. So we did about a quarter of a turn, and so it obviously tightened up again, and that's where the leak was. But the leak was only on, as I said, was only on one side, and hopefully now that's going to be okay. But we'll keep the tool obviously handy, and that's that. But the other thing that I found was that I've got a construction site here soon, and we've had various people here, so I'm not going to point a finger at anyone, but in the last 24 hours, so that kind of pinpoints things a little bit, because I know who's been here in 24 hours. There has been a couple of vehicles here. One of them hit my car, and this is the we found this actually because what we did was, when we tightened up the this leak, we took the Volvo and we drove it around on the grass at the back just to make sure, so it bumped around, that there wasn't any more diesel leaking out, and it was okay. So I haven't taken the car anywhere else since I washed it. Now, when I washed it yesterday, because I was so pleased with the car, with the Volvo, I washed it, I haven't been out anywhere in it, and there was no damage on it then. And I know that because I washed the car. But since yesterday, a couple of people have been here, and I've driven it on the grass. Now, we went and we found this on the grass, and this is the cover for the headlight washer. And it's actually, these little lugs are broken here, as you can see there, I think. So, and there's a little ding, a little dent, tiny one on the bonnet, where it looks like somebody's reversed, possibly backed into the car here, and they just hit this, and there's scrape marks on it. And they broke it, and then of course when we took the Volvo and drove it on the grass, it just fell off. Anyway, nothing I can do really about that. So what I've done is I've ordered another one of these from Volvo today. I think they want about £15 for the actual cover. Well, but then they have to paint it black, so they'll do it and match the colour, and that's altogether £69. So that little reverse of somebody going into my car or whatever, which I don't know who it was, I have a suspicion, but I'll leave it at that, that's cost me £69. But of course I need this because the car, obviously, apart from the fact it doesn't look right without it, it would need to be there for the MOT. So the Volvo is still causing me grief. Anyway, we'll see what happens next week when this arrives, whether we can get it fixed all right. That's the story with the Volvo at the moment. Right, well, a lot of water here. It's been a really hectic week as far as cars and machines are concerned. I had the headlight washer cover thingy knocked off of my car. I've ordered a new one. We had some real problems with the one of my big mowers, sit-down mowers, Stiga, where we discovered that the spring had come loose from a belt tensioner, and then we discovered that the belt was actually the wrong way round. It had been fitted incorrectly, which is probably why this spring eventually came off. But it took us quite a while to discover that, and then we had to get the belt fitted the right way, and we think we've solved that problem. So the mower is working again. The Volvo, after we did the tightened up the pump, the cover for the pump, my wife took the car out and came back about a few minutes later saying that it wasn't running right and it was basically had no power, and she just sort of limped home with it. Well, I was a bit skeptical that there was something really wrong. I suspected that maybe there was an airlock caused by the fact that we opened the pump up, the fuel tank, as it were. So we took the car out for about a 20-minute drive, and it's been fine, and I'm driving it now, and at this moment in time it's going. So I think that was probably just a bad experience. So now, this morning, this is a Saturday, and I'm going down to my club, the car park at the club, because we're meeting up, and we're having a stand at the local market. Not a very good day for it, but that's life, eh? The idea being that we're going to try and promote our classic car club, and hopefully encourage some other people to come and join us as members. And so that means we've got a little stand that we're putting up at the market, and we've got a classic car, a Lotus, which one of the members is bringing, to sort of, you know, attract people. And we'll see how it goes. So we're going to meet up in the car park, and then we're going to go to the market. We've got a classic old ambulance that we're going to use to take the gazebo and everything over there in, and see what happens. So there we go. Right, well, we're here at the car park, and a bit early. There's the ambulance. Now that belongs to one of the committee members, and it is a late 1990s perhaps, Renault Traffic, but it's a four-wheel drive, as I understand, which has got very low mileage, I think, though it had a gearbox problem, I believe. But it's quite an interesting vehicle. I like it because it's got all the bells on it and the blue lights and everything, which are not actually legal. I think I think if you cover them up and whatever, I suppose, when you're driving. I don't know how it all works, but it's an interesting vehicle. But I do believe that he actually bought it to convert it to a sort of camper van. Though personally I'd like to keep it as an ambulance, but still. Anyway, we'll see. So we're going to take that down into the market. It's got the gazebo in it. Hi. How are you? Yeah, I am. This is our car for the day.
Pretty and clean car.
Yeah.
Well, it was clean when I set off. Well, that's okay. But it gets filthy very quickly down the sides. Right.
Yes. Okay, what are you doing? Where's the gazebo then?
The gazebo is in the back of the ambulance.
Right, so you're going to drive the ambulance?
I'm going to drive the ambulance there.
Well, I'll come with you then.
So you
I'll grab my stuff.
Exactly.
Right, so that's that. Right, so we're going to go in the ambulance. Right, okay.
Ambulance.
Where are we? Oh, it's right-hand drive. You're driving.
Are you, man?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Lovely vehicle, this. Right. Okay. Pull to open.
Or close.
Pull. Hang on. Pull.
I think it's the catch that's all.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to pull it to close it. Right.
Not the finest turning circle in the
It's
world.
good, isn't it? It's good, alright. Oh yeah, it reminds me of my old Renault Master, similar.
Oh, it's the same idea, isn't it?
Yeah, the old one I had.
Thank you, my boy. Go through.
Oh.
That's letting. Oh, that's for Jeremy to go out.
There he is. Unbelievable, this weather, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we had.
Well, we can't decide what the weather's going to be today.
Well,
the weather forecast has changed substantially in the last half hour.
That's right. But it's the temperature.
Yeah.
I mean, we had this beautiful weather last week.
Well, it's 9 degrees they're forecasting for today, which isn't exactly warm.
That's not good, is it? You can drive up, can't you? Go straight ahead.
Just down by McDonald's.
Yeah. This ambulance, you can drive anywhere.
Well, yes, exactly so. Rumour has it.
Yeah. You know where you got to go?
Well, just then.
Oh, right. Right, well, we've set the stand up, sort of, right next to McDonald's. Classic Car Club, very St Edmunds. We've got the Lotus here.
Whilst we were waiting to
Right, well, that's nice. Not really. I'm in Sweden. I'm in a hotel at the airport in Stockholm. Everything's happening back at the development with Tom and builders and everything, and I've ended up having to come to Sweden for an overnight trip, really, because my wife's got a meeting here in Stockholm, and so we decided to just get a hotel at the airport, and my wife's gone off for the meeting, and I'm staying here, but meanwhile, builders have turned up, and things are happening back home, so I'm not too happy. I'm a bit frustrated, to be frank with you. Lovely airport, look at that. And I'm just sitting here waiting for my wife's meeting to finish, and then waiting until we can get back on a plane, which we're booked to go on early tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, I haven't got the enthusiasm to do anything else, because I just am anxious to get home and resolve some of the development problems that have happened. So I think I'll leave it here, and hopefully I'll be back home again soon. Well, it's been quite a week so far. One of my bikes over there just cycled over to this part of the wood where it's very quiet, and the birds are singing. And there's an aeroplane going over of sorts. Well, it's been quite a week, and I just come over this part of the wood here on my electric bike. You can just see it over there. Try and get a bit of peace and quiet. Kind of really quick overnight trip to Sweden. We have got on with a lot of things here, but basically we've had lots of development issues. I wouldn't say problems, they're just issues, because I've got a builder starting, and we're kind of on the cusp, as it were, of doing lots of changes. We've taken some of the roof off, and now we've found out more problems, and we've made some changes in direction of how we're going to do things, perhaps. So all of that's just been rather frustrating and time-consuming, stressful, what have you. My Volvo is going really well. My other cars are just sitting around doing nothing, and I've decided I'm going to try and take them out one by one, give them a clean, and put them to some use. I had the day at the market with the car club where we signed up quite a few new members. Actually, we had a sort of little stall at the local market, and that was quite good. But I have been really preoccupied, I guess, with the building and all that development, and now I'm going to have to go back to normal and concentrate on my cars. So I'll sit here for a little bit and listen to the birds sing. Hear them all, and then get on with things. Right, well, to live up to my word here, I think I'll start with the Jag. And I think we'll take this out and get it ready and give it a clean tomorrow. Starts lovely, doesn't it? Oh, it's the fans. Fans aren't very loud. The fan actually is quite noisy at high speed. See, here, put it on. Anyway, let's take it out. See if the washers work. That's good. Right, so I think it's a clean for this car. Right, well, that looks cleaner, doesn't it? That's my nice clean Jag. Looks really good. Quite pleased with that. Right, well, and this is my fairly clean, reasonably clean Aventime. It's kind of quick clean. It's not good at all, but it's smudgy everywhere. But it's better than it was, and it gets all that sort of dust and grime we get off on the cars here. It's very sticky and everything, and it comes off all the fields. Even though the cars haven't been going anywhere, though it had some mud, I've kind of cleaned it off. But I'm going to give it a good clean, hopefully this weekend. But the best thing about this car is, and at this time of year, hang on. Start it up. Oh, this is what this car is all about. Oops. Oh, hang on. Turn the radio off. Right. This is what this car is all about. Somewhere. Look at this. Oops. All the windows down. Sunroof open, all in one push. Look at that. Right. That's really good. It's like being in a convertible, kind of. So it's lovely. I mean, you can sit here, listen. Oh, stopped. Well, I was going to say that you can hear the birds tweeting, singing away, but they suddenly stopped a minute. Now I can hear them. I mean, that's really good. Let's turn the fan down a bit. I think we can hear some birds in the wood. So it's lovely, this car, isn't it? Actually, it's quite nice with the this top down and the sides down. When you're driving along, I mean, it's fairly open. That's a big expanse of open area there, and this big sunroof area, and yet it's not that windy. It's not that windy at all. But there's one thing on this car that I noticed, and I'm not sure if it's working properly. Hang on, I'll have to climb up here just a minute. Whoops. It's this thing here. Now, hang on, I can't remember how it worked. Ah, that's it. See, that's the sun. That's the wind deflector. But it doesn't come up on its own, but I'm sure it should do. But it should go down, I guess. Let's have a look, see what happens. Right. Oops, so if you put one push, you got to hold it, but everything goes up. Let's see what happens. I see, it knocks it down. But you see, when you do that, it doesn't actually automatically come up. I'm not sure if it's supposed to. Don't know. Anyway, it's quite good. Right, well, I hope people that are watching this video are actually interested in this, because I'm not certain, but as the progress of this development now is going to suddenly move ahead, I thought I'd just add a little bit of this in. So, as I've said before, this was an old kennel building, and we're converting this now to 2 houses and 2 flats, right? So we've now really started working. Everything's go ahead now, and that single-story extension bit at the side, we've taken the roof off, and next week we should be taking the roof off of the main building. Scaffolding's been going up today. It's a bank holiday on Monday, though Tom and I will be working, but I guess that the scaffolders won't, so probably Tuesday they'll carry on with the scaffolding, and then next week they'll be taking that out, and then the building will be going ahead in earnest. There'll be a lot of party walls being built, and foundations for various things. And over the next couple of months, I'm hoping that this will be transformed into a beautiful building, faced with flint and brick, and slate roof, and dormers, and quite luxury. There will be garages built here, and that's the reason that we built the road, because there will be a period quite soon where we won't be able to come round and use this as our sort of access to where we've got cars and everything here. We'll be using that road to come in that we lay down. So I think it's quite exciting. It'll be quite interesting. I'm not certain if everyone else thinks so, but we'll see. That digger there we've got. So next week we're going to fill in all the trenches that we've got. We have done quite a bit of work this week at the front of the road, Tom and me, where the gates we built are. Actually, I'll just go down there and show you, just to sort of end this little talk about the development. Right, so we're filling in the trenches at the side there, and we've done some work at the front here. Let's have a look. Right, so the cables that used to go across from that pole, well, that pole wasn't there actually, they went from that pole and they went straight across my land all the way over in the distance there. Now they stop here, come down that pole, they come back underneath this road and they go down that trench, so we're filling that trench in. Right, so we filled all this in, we've edged this curb up and we're going to rake all that off, and that we're going to seed all that grass. I planted that tree, and on this edge we've made an edge with we're going to put earth in there, and that'll tidy this bit up. So that's made quite a good entrance of that. I mean, originally the fence used to go straight across, and this was all just sort of woods or field, whatever. And we've made this entrance now. And eventually there'll be some sort of lighting here and various other things which we're going to do, but for now this will just have to be what we'll use. So this car is really good with this opening. Great big wide opening, very nice. I quite like this car actually, and I'm always, as I've always said before, I'm always worried about driving it because, you know, it's hard to get some of the bits for this, I suspect, and I'm kind of frightened of using it. It drives absolutely beautiful. I mean, the V6 that's in this 3-litre V6 is absolutely lovely engine. I mean, it's obviously in other vehicles, but it is a really nice engine. Okay, so much for the development and the wood. So I think what might be a good idea in the morning is I might take a drive up and have a look at Bennicks' old garage. Oh God, I shouldn't be doing this. I just, for old time's sake, just go and have a look at it. You know, see if everything's gone from there that has been sold. I expect it has. Anyway, we'll just pop up there and have a look, I think. Right. Well, I think we'll just play. We got to put it away. So we'll try it. What do we do? Just push this. Yeah. Look at that. That's good. And of course we can do this as well. Push that and close the blind. I like that. It's good to have toys, isn't it? Right, well, it's a lovely morning, beautiful day. Spring is here, and the rain is not, and there's some leaves filling all the trees, just beautiful. And we're coming down the old road that we've done, come down here many years, where Bennicks used to be, and Bennicks is no longer here, so I'm just probably stupidly just going to drive by, just have a look at the place that used to be Bennicks. And the last time I was here was last week when they had the auction and they were selling everything, so all the old cars out the front were being auctioned, all the tools. It was a day like this actually. It was really, really sunny, and it was actually quite lovely. Sorry, when I say last Saturday, it wasn't last Saturday, it was the Saturday before, wasn't it? Time's just going so quick now. So I think I don't know. I'm losing track of the time here. The weeks are going by so quick. it's all the problems that I've got and the stress with the development. That's and of course my 24-hour trip to a hotel room in Sweden, that didn't help. In fact, I'm supposed to be going to Germany now next week, that I find out, but I've just bailed out of that one. It's a family trip, and I've probably not done too well by telling my wife that I don't want to go, so I think she's going to go on her own. But frankly, with all the work that we've got here, with the building going on, I don't want to be away again out of the country. So I'm afraid Germany will have to do without me. Right, so what we're going to say now is this is where Bennicks used to be, because they're not here anymore. I think that's probably why I'm coming down here, because whilst there was an auction, there was still Bennicks. Now it's all sold and closed up. There isn't actually a Bennicks. So we'll just have a look. Right, well, that's it. Nothing here now but collection of old buildings and birds singing. I see the Bennicks sign is gone. Ben wanted that, he took it down, obviously it was his. He took it down to put it in his workshop, I think. That's Nick's Chevette. I think he's got to do a bit of work on it before he finally moves it away. So the place is all deserted now and cleaned up. This was a vibrant and quite exciting little piece of land for people that liked classic cars over the years. I like this. Where's Nick then?
Still at dinner.
Still at dinner?
Yeah.
This isn't a classic car.
Are you right?
Yeah. Why are you working on this thing then?
Well, what?
Bit modern.
Knuckle duster.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a nice little Escort. Mark 1 Escort. That's lovely. Rolls. Right, well. Well, this is what happens when the bonnet flies open when you're doing top speed on a motorway.
£600 for a bonnet.
Ah, look at this, and I thought it'd be worth having a look again, because I did it a really quick look. This is this lovely Spitfire here. Look at this. VW pickup. No, it's not. It's a Skoda. Star of the episode has arrived.
Yeah, right.
I got a return journey. Visit guy to take me back. You'll see this car when it was in the garage here. Absolutely. Well, I'm not going to say it was a wreck, but a bit like that. The problem is this bump, this rust that's coming through here.
That's a good sign.
Betsy, you're down a long way.
Hi. Hello.
Betsy, you're down a long way down there.
Is Nick in today?
Yes, just run through the back.
Has he? Oh, he's in there. Don't tell him I'm here.
Whatever did you buy that thing?
No, that's just a little toy one, just to get you
Excited.
Excited.
Yeah. Ah, I'd like one of these. All right, I'm going up to the post office. I'll see you later, Nick.
All right.
See you later, Billy.
See you, Chris.
Cheers.